Hello, my name is Kim Guan. Today I will have my presentation about the business ethical. So the ethical issue I would like to say is the team Temu. Okay, I would like to introduce the Temu first. So the Temu is an international e-commerce platform that owned by PDD. It was launched in September 2022 in the United States and operate in the e-commerce and online retail industry. Since its establishment, Temu has expanded rapidly into more than 19 markets worldwide and serviced millions of customers through its website and mobile application. PDD is the parent company of Temu. It is headquartered in Dublin, Ireland, and Temu mainly connect customer with manufacturer and third-party seller through its online marketplace. This allows customers to purchase a wide variety of products at competitive price. The primary activity and operation of Temu include operating an online marketplace, managing online transaction and payment, coordinating order fulfillment and logistics, monitoring seller and product, and providing customer support. Temu offer many different types of products, including clothing, and electronics, beauty product, home appliance, toys, accessories, and household items. The company also use digital technologies, data engineering, and personalized recommendations to improve the shopping experience. Therefore, Temu has achieved rapid growth in the global e-commerce market. But this rapid expansion has also created several ethical challenges for the company. Moving on the current ethical issue faced by Temu, one of the major ethical issues is data privacy. As an online shopping platform, Temu has handled a large amount of customer information. Concern has been raised about how customer data is collected, stored, and used. This creates an ethical concern because customers have the right to understand how their personal information is being handled. And the second issue is customer protection. Temu provides products from many different third-party sellers, so it faces challenges in ensuring that all products meet for appropriate safety and quality standards. They are also concerned about seller accountability since the platform works with many sellers. Temu need to ensure the seller provide accurate information and follow the platform rules and relevant regulations. This issue has attracted attention from regulators and government authorities. For example, the U.S. Department of Justice reported they will agree to pay a $2 million civil penalty and implement an injunction relating to illegal violations of the informed customer FCT. This case shows that ethical issues can also develop into legal and regulatory problems. These issues are considered critical development because Temu need to balance its rapid business growth and low price business. With its responsibility to protect customer, respect privacy, provide transparency, and ensure responsibility business practice. Therefore, the main challenge for Temu is not only to increase sales and expand internationally, but also to maintain ethical standards while operating on a very large scale. For the politics, next I will discuss the politics factor. So, Temu executive issue has attracted greater attention for governments and regulatory authorities. Issues related to data privacy, customer protection, and seller information can encourage government to introduce or strengthen regulations for online marketplace. As Temu operate in many different countries, the company need to follow the rule and policy of different government. This can increase the level of government security and make companies more important. For example, government may require online marketplace to provide clearer information about seller, protect customer data, and improve customer protection measure. This requirement can affect the relation with government authority. If the government does not respond appropriately of regulatory concern, it may face stricter monitoring and greater difficult while expanding into new market. Therefore, they will need to maintain good relationships with regulator and ensure that its business practices are consistent with government policy and regulations. Overall, the ethical issue can increase political pressure on Temu and make regulatory compliance an important part of its international business operating. The next factor is economic impact. Ethical issue can create additional financial and operational costs for Temu. For example, the company may need to spend more money on data security, seller verification, product monitoring, and regulatory compliance. Legal investigation and regulatory action can also create additional costs for the company. Another important economic impact is customer confidence. If customers become concerned about their personal data of the safety and quality of products, they may reduce their use of the platform and choose other online shopping platforms. This can affect customer retention and consequently reduce sales. Negative publicity can also affect Temu brand value and long-term business growth. Investor and business partner may become more cautious if they believe that the company faces significant ethical, legal, or regulatory risks. Therefore, although Temu low price strategy help the company grow rapidly, ethical problem can create financial risks that may affect its long-term sustainability. So in my opinion, maintaining customer trust is especially important because customer trust directly support the continuous growth of an e-commerce platform. The third factor is social impact. Ethical issue can strongly affect Temu reputation and relationship with customer. Data privacy concern make customer uncomfortable about sharing their personal information with the platform. If customer believe that their platform information is not sufficiently protected, their level of trust may decrease. Product safety concern can also influence public perception. Customers expect online marketplace to provide safe and reliable product. If unsafe or questionable products are reported, people may develop a negative impression of the company. Negative news and public criticism can future damage them brand image. This may reduce customer loyalty because consumers have many alternative e-commerce platforms to choose from. As a result, they will need to focus not only on portfolio price but also on building a trustworthy relationship with its customer. A stronger reputation and encourage customers to continue using the platform, while repeat ethically concerns may have the opposite effect. Therefore, social factors are important because customer trust, reputation, brand image, and loyalty can directly influence the long-term success of Temu. The fourth factor is the legal impact. Temu operates internationally, which means that it must comply with different laws and regulations in different countries. Its technical issue can result in regulatory investigations, legal recourse, and financial penalties if the company fails to meet legal requirements. One example is the action taken by the U.S. Department of Justice concerning the Informed Custom ACT. Temu agreed to a $2 million civil penalty and an injunction relating to a of the act. This shows how an integrated tension can develop into a legal and financial issue. Temu therefore needs to strengthen its compliance practices and ensure that sellers provide the required information. The company also needs to pay attention to consumer protection and data privacy requirements in the markets where it operates. Strong legal compliance can help Temu reduce the risk of lawsuits. expertise, and regulatory problem. Therefore, legal compliance should not only be viewed as a requirement but also as an important part of responsible business management. Okay, so based on the issue discussed, I would like to provide three recommendations or 10. The first recommendation is to strengthen data privacy and security. Temu should improve its cyber security system, collect only necessarily customer information, and provide clearer privacy policy. This can increase customer trust, improve the company reputation, and reduce the risk of data-related problems. However, strong security systems require financial investment, continued maintenance, and specialist professionals. The second recommendation is to improve seller verification and product quality control. Temu should strengthen its seller verification process, conduct regular product inspection, and remove counterfeits or unsafe product as quickly as possible. This can improve customer satisfaction and introduce legal risk. However, monitoring the large number of sellers and products can increase operational costs and require additional resources. The third recommendation is to increase transparency and regulatory compliance. Temu should provide accurate seller information, cooperate with regulatory authorities, and strengthen its compliance management. This can reduce legal distrust and improve the company's credibility among customers and regulators. However, different countries have different legal requirements, so maintaining compliance across many markets can be complex and costly. Overall, this recommendation aim to help Temu balance business growth with customer protection and ethical responsibility. So in conclusion, Temu face several important ethical challenges, particularly in the area of data privacy, customer protection, and seller accountability. This issue can affect the company relationship with government, increase financial and legal risks, and negatively influence customer trust and brand reputation. This the analysis of also show that ethical issue can affect their long-term business growth. If customer lost trust in the platform, the company may face difficulty in maintaining customer loyalty and expanding its business. Therefore, Temu should strengthen data security, improve seller verification, increase transparency, and compete with relevant regulations. And the most important, ethical decision-making and responsible business practices are essential for long-term success. A company should not focus on short-term sales and rapid expansion. It should also considering the interests and safety of its customer and other stakeholders. By improving its ethical standard and taking responsibility for its business practices, Temu can strengthen customer trust, reduce risk, and support sustainability growth in the global e-commerce industry. And so that's all for my presentation about the issue that affects my Temu, and this is my reference. And that's all. Thank you.